This is the most unguardable build that I have created yet in NBA 2K24. The build gets a 92 mid-range. We're out here breaking ankles on mid-range spin jumpers. We also have a 86 3-point shot, so we get Silver Agent 3. Combined with those badges from the 92 midi, we're out here shooting 76% contested greens. The build also gets a 92 post control. Combined with that 92 mid-range, we get badges like Post Fade Phenom on Hall of Fame. And we also get badges like Hall of Fame Back Down Punisher combined with the 95 strength. Hall of Fame Dream Shake, Gold Drop Stepper, Hall of Fame Post Spin Technician. So this build is a straight demigod. We also get an 83 standing dunk. So combined with that post control, you are going to be able to dominate one way or the other, I promise. It's like playing with a point guard that can also score like a center and at the same time still score any way that a point guard can. The build gets an 85 ball handle and a 75 speed with ball, so you're still going to be able to cook up when you need to. I have a 85 win percent and I'm shooting 90% from 3 playing with rec randoms. If you don't believe me, I'm going to show you guys right now. And if you're a returning subscriber, you already know every single game that I play is with rec randoms. I'm out here shooting 89% from 3 with an 85 win percent, 14 games into season 6. And to go along with that, I'm also almost averaging 10 assists per game. I'm averaging almost 30 points per game playing with rec randoms on this build. I've created over 10 builds this year, so I've taken all the knowledge that I've gained from those builds and put this all together to build one ultimate demigod build. Now I'm going to jump into the attributes and show you guys how I made the build, and I'm going to explain exactly why I made everything the way I made it. And some of you guys are just going to copy and paste, but some of you guys are going to listen to what I have to say, and you're going to modify this build to make an even better version of it. Now to start off with, I went with 6'8", 228 on the weight with a 6'10" wingspan. I've played with smaller guard builds, and honestly, most of the time, I don't even utilize the dribble moves that you get for those builds. So the 85 ball handle and the 75 speed with ball is all I really need. I went with the longest wingspan possible to still get that 86 3-pointer to get that Silver Agent 3. The longer your wingspan is, the better your contests are going to be with that gold challenger. I went with 228 on the weight, that way I could get that 95 strength. You can drop this down later in the modified version if you want to. The build gets an 80 driving layup. That way I get Silver Fearless Finisher and Silver Slithery. You also get some badges like Gold 2-Step, Gold Spin Cycle, Gold Giant Slayer Float Game, and stuff like that to help you finish when you're driving to the rim. You also get an 83 standing dunk, so you get Silver Rise Up, Silver Fast Twitch, and Silver Precision Dunker. You also get a 92 post control. Combined with that 95 strength, you're going to get badges like Hall of Fame Back Down Punisher, Hall of Fame Dream Shake, Hall of Fame Post Spin Technician, and Gold Drop Stepper. So you're going to be an elite post player in the paint. When those little rec guards are guarding you, they are not going to be able to stop you down there. Most of the guards in the rec randoms do not have any interior defense, so you're going to be a bully, I promise. You're also going to get a 92 mid-range. Combined with that 92 post control, like I said, you're going to get Hall of Fame Post Fade Phenom. By the way, if you haven't watched my video on that badge yet, I'll leave a link to that in the description so you can see how overpowered that badge is. You're going to get Hall of Fame Midi Magician as well. That badge is broken. Combined with that gold blinders and gold deadeye, you're going to be able to knock down some elite level shots. You're going to get an 86 3-point shot, so you get Silver Agent 3 and Bronze Limitless. Combined with those badges that you get for the 92 mid-range, I promise, if you get my jump shot from me, you're not going to miss. But if you want my jump shot, you're going to have to help me get to at least 700 subscribers. I'm only 8 subscribers away when I'm making this video, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Once I hit 700 subscribers, I'm going to give you guys my jump shot and all of my animations. We're going to step into the playmaking now. I have an 89 passing accuracy. That's what you need to get the Tyrese Halliburton pass package. It's the best pass package in the game. Like I said before, you get an 85 ball handle and a 75 speed with ball. So you're going to get the best dribble animations that a 6'8" guard can get. The build only has one liability, and that's interior defense. Other than that, this build can do everything. I'm not gonna lie though, with that 95 strength, you get Hall of Fame immovable enforcer. Combined with that 87 perimeter defense, you get silver clamps as well, and this is gonna help you stop them from even getting to the paint. A lot of times when I'm playing with the rec randoms, I don't really need any interior defense. Most of the time there's at least somebody on the team that can't shoot. So there's somebody sitting in the paint ready to stop anybody who's driving to the rim. And if everybody on the opposing team can shoot, you can still switch on defense to where you're not having to guard the most dominant player on the other team. An 87 perimeter is still good enough to get some stops on the perimeter, I promise. And even if that's not the case, you're going to be able to outscore whoever's guarding you regardless. If they can guard you on the perimeter, they can't guard you in the paint. And if they can guard you in the paint, they probably can't guard you on the perimeter. Now, if you're paying attention to what I'm doing a voiceover on this video, so please bear with me. But I dropped my strength down to a 90. This is all you really need. Those guards that are guarding you most of the time, that's going to be plenty enough. So you can drop your strength down to a 90 and you can get a 91 passing accuracy. You can up your mid-range to a 93 to get Hall of Fame catch and shoot. Or you can take your perimeter up higher if you want better defense. You can also take your steal up to a 60 to get bronze interceptor. So there's a few different things that you can do with this if you drop your strength down to a 90, which I highly recommend doing. Another thing you could do is take your driving layup to an 85 to get more layup animations. If I was doing this, I would make sure to at least take my passing accuracy up to a 91. That way I get gold needle threader and silver bailout. To me, those two badges are extremely important, especially when you're driving to the rim and you got to kick it out when somebody's helping or whenever you're in the post game. I promise, those make a huge difference. Nobody's going to be able to guard you on this build. So if you have a 91 passing accuracy, whenever that double team comes, you're going to be able to quickly kick it out to your teammates for an easy open three. This is what the build comes out to, Devin Booker. And ironically, whenever I play now, I love playing with the Suns. It's my favorite team to play with. Kevin Durant and Devin Booker are both unstoppable. So whenever I saw that, I knew this build was going to fit my playstyle perfectly. Now, if somehow someone out there is still doubting me after everything that I've showed you, I'm going to go ahead and jump into a game of rec randoms for you. And as you can see, I didn't even have time to see who my teammates were. I got matched up with some randoms, and it is what it is. Now, I just made this build the other day, so I was at a 90 overall whenever I made this video. As you can see, I'm up to a 91, and I'm already up to a gold tier. And I just made this build like 2 days ago. So those numbers have been going up as my badges have been getting higher. So I'm getting better and better on this build. Now, one thing I want you guys to pay attention to right here. This guy who just shot that 3 was the small forward. Now, this game particularly is a prime example of how frustrating it is playing with rec randoms. This game's going to be a prime example of how one person can completely change the game and make you guys lose. Once again, the small forward, wide open in the corner for a 3. Now, I saw him over there, but I just couldn't rotate in time. That's not even my man. I'm guarding the point guard, but I still tried to rotate. I was just a little bit late. I hit the power forward for a wide open 3 and he bricks it. I get one in the corner and you already know, it's buttery, man. It's 7-6 in the first quarter, and guess what? Once again, the small forward's wide open at the top of the key. 3 threes in a row, the very beginning of the game. Then he gets a backdoor cut. He's got 11 points. The very first 11 of the game, and once again, another mid-range pull-up. So he's got the first 13 points of the game, and the game just started. Now check this out right here. This part right here is crazy to me, man. He throws it to the small forward on offense when I'm standing right there. So I immediately call a timeout. Like, why are you rewarding someone who's playing absolutely no defense? I don't know whose IQ is lower, the person passing it to him or the person catching it. I get a nice little drop step into a standing dunk. That's where that 92 post control and that 83 standing dunk is going to come in clutch. You're going to be able to dominate in the paint. Now check this out. I'm over here helping on the small forward because he's been getting cooked all game. I managed to get back to the point guard in time so he doesn't get an open shot. Now our team's playing some pretty decent defense and I get a nice little steal while the small forward's trying to drive to the rim. During the transition, the power forward gets a nice backdoor cut and I get a nice little assist. Now, once again, on defense, the small forward, they give him the ball right away because they can tell that this guy is going to be able to cook him all game long. It leads to my point guard getting a wide open three, and luckily he breaks it. Now, I did get on the mic and ask this guy if he wanted me to switch for him, but I didn't get any response at all. So it is what it is. I just did whatever I could on defense to try to get a stop. And that was pretty much prey because he's getting torched every single possession. Now check this out. Once again, that back down punisher with the drop stepper, you're going to be able to bully those guards every single time in the paint. There's not much he can do about that. There's no one on the other team that's going to be able to guard me unless it's a pure lockdown. And as you can see, this guy's getting bucket after bucket, and I'm trying my best to keep our team in the game. He has 17 of the 20 points on the other team. So I'm trying my best to stay over there and help, but look what it leads to. It leads to my guy getting an open three. This game was close all the way through. It comes down to the very last possession, and once again, the small forward's wide open for another green. I catch the ball in the post, and I try to bully this guy, but for whatever reason, the power forward decides to cut, so I just go ahead and give it to him. Let him do his thing. Like, why are you cutting down there when you see I can bully him? And take a wild guess what that leads to. Do I even have to say it anymore? I catch a backdoor cut on the inbound pass, so it's 28-28. Now, like I said, I was trying to help this guy when I could, but he was getting absolutely torched. Fortunately, on the other end, the point guard can't guard me either, so I get a nice little drop step to a standing dunk with that 95 strength. He can't guard me, but what does that lead to? Once again, a wide open three for the small forward. Now to make things even worse, the small forward on the other team decides to double team me on this possession. So I pass it to the small forward on our team, and he can't even shoot. So I'm out here fighting for my life. As soon as I see this double team coming once again, instead of going to the paint, I go to the post fade, and it's buttery, man. Like I said, you're going to have Hall of Fame post fade phenom. So you're going to be able to score in multiple ways. I was really out here doing everything I could to stay in the game, but the AI gets a wide open three in the corner, so we're down by 7 now. So I know I got to get in my bag. I bring the ball up court, and the power forward gives it back to me. I go to this nice little behind the back, and I get a nice three. Buttery, man. Unfortunately, on the other end, our small forward is playing absolutely no defense. He's nowhere to be found, and he's just getting wide open three after wide open three. He has 30 points in the first half, and I got 16. But at the same time, I'm having to fight for my life out here. I'm not getting wide open shots. I got double teams coming in at me. They all have Mamba mentality. They're getting wide open threes at the top of the key with AIs. It's about a 15-point game right here, and I'm giving up hope at this point. It was at that point that I made up my mind that we were going to lose this game no matter what, and I was just going to try my best to score and get my badges up for future games. It's absolutely demoralizing watching this happen over and over again, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. It's absolutely demoralizing watching this happen over and over again, and there's nothing you can do about it. One thing it is going to do is make you a better player, because it's going to force you to try to score in different ways you're not used to scoring in. Thank God right here, the small forward finally quits the game. As soon as this happened, I knew we had a chance, because I know the AI plays better defense than these bums do. As you can see, the AI gets a stop right there. I hit the power forward on the cut, and now all of a sudden it's an 11-point game in the third quarter. So I'm telling myself, now we got a chance. Now we get the ball in the fast break, and for whatever reason, he doesn't shoot that open shot. He passes it to the power forward who's guarded in the paint. Luckily, it leads to me getting a wide open three, and you already know, it's buttery, man. Now I got Mamba mentality, and I'm telling myself at this point, we're going to win this game because we're getting stops, and I'm getting open fast break buckets. So now it's my turn. It's crazy to me how much one player can make a difference in the rec randoms. One bad matchup, and you guys are cooked. There's nothing you can do about it. And this is a perfect example. As you can see, they're moving the ball around, and they're not able to get anything open. The point guard gets the ball at the top of the key, and he's forced to bail it out because I got perimeter defense. And that leads to a violation, a shot clock violation. So it's a 5-point game in the fourth quarter. I get a nice little drop step into a dunk once again. Like I said, they're not going to be able to guard you down there, especially when you have Mamba mentality. You're going to be able to bully them and push them out of your way like nothing, and then dunk on them. It's one of the easiest, cheesiest ways to score in this game, especially when you have a little guard on you. They're not going to be able to stop that. Now on the other end, once again, that 87 perimeter gold challenger, you're going to be able to get some stops on the perimeter, and that leads to me getting a wide open 3 in the corner, and you know I'm not missing that. Once again, on the offensive end, I'm bullying him in the paint, and this time the small forward helps and I hit the AI because I trust the AI to knock it down, and he does. So that's where that passing accuracy comes in extreme clutch. You want to be able to pass the ball in those situations. And that gold dimer is going to help with that. It's going to help your teammates make shots and the AIs as well. Like I said, the build gets no interior, so of course you're going to get dunked on from time to time. But you're going to make up for it in other ways, as you can see in this video. He should have hit me on the backdoor cut, but luckily he gets a nice little layup. It's 69-67. Once again, he helps, and I hit the AI in the corner, and he greens it. So now we're up by 1 point in the fourth quarter with just 1 minute and 15 seconds left. The small forward is starting to get frustrated by this AI and forces up a bad shot. So I got the ball with Mamba, and you know what I'm doing? I'm going straight to the bread and butter, posting him up in the paint, and he knows he can't stop it, so he's fouling me. On the inbound pass, you already know what I'm doing. I'm cutting right to the back door, so I get a nice little lay on the inbound pass. I got 35 points and 10 assists. Now in this possession here, it's 72-69, and we're winning. And this time, the point guard gets a nice little drive, and he dunks on me. Like I said, you're going to have one liability, and that's going to be the interior. That's going to be your only liability, but you're going to be able to make up for it in so many different ways. And if you're really getting cooked, you can switch with somebody. But check this out. We're up by 1, and the power forward passes it to the center who airballs it. And luckily, I'm there to catch it, and I go right back to that drop step, and it leads to an open layup. So we're up by 3 with 30 seconds left. On the very last possession of the game, the point guard's trying to cook up. They're trying to force up a 3, and I know that. So I'm telling the team, do not leave any threes wide open. Stay up in the perimeter. And we get a nice stop, which leads to me getting the rebound. I throw it out to the guard, and we win the game. So we end up winning the game by 3 points. And as you can see, I shot 5 for 5 from 3. I don't like to take bad threes. If I'm not open, I don't force threes up. That's why I'm shooting 90% as well. I don't take stupid shots. One thing I wanted to mention about this build that I forgot to mention earlier, make sure you don't take your vertical below 63. You want to keep that silver rise up. You have to have at least a 63 vertical for that badge. I know this video was long, but if you stayed till the end, I really appreciate it. If you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you're a returning subscriber, make sure you leave a comment below. I appreciate every last one of you guys. Demonic's out.